Okay, so welcome to this session of the course. We are going to dive into the practical aspects. We just finished installing Visual Studio, so I will want you to open Visual Studio. So now Visual Studio is open and we have the welcome screen. Some too will have the startup. Whatever it is, I want you to close it. The first tab you see here is called Explorer. Now what this Explorer does is it contains a list of files and folders of the project we are working on. You can also see extensions. This is the part for installing plugins. Now we will come back to plugins later, and you will see other things here that you will not be on your machine. These are because I have already installed some plugins, so you have not installed them, so you will not see them, but everything is going to work the same. Let it not bother you much. All right, okay, let us all head back to our desktop and create a folder and call it website. Okay, so inside this website folder is where we are going to do all our codings, where we are going to do all our writing of code. So now you come back to the extension, you come back to the code editor, and then you head to the Explorer tab. Go to open folder. Now when you come to open folder, navigate to the place, let's navigate to where we created a new folder called website. I created it on the desktop, so I go to desktop and then I select that particular folder. I click select folder. When I select the folder, it will be just click on trust the author, because you are the one. It's not any harmful file or folder. So once again, let's close the startup. That's not what we are looking for. And then inside our website folder, this one is when we want to create a new file, we click on this one. When we want to create a folder, you see the name has been populated, new folder, in that order. So we want to create a new file, so we click on new, and then let's call it index.html. In the HTML web development terms, index always refers to the home page. If we say index, we are referring to the home page. You can call it home.html or index.html. They all refer to the home page of the website. So this is home page. Now let's get to actual coding in HTML. There was this thing that I want to highlight. If you want to start coding in HTML, let me make it big and bold so that my lovely viewers can see them clearly. Okay, so when you want to start, we first have to do this doctype. And one thing about Visual Studio Code is it gives you the flexibility, the auto completion, so that you don't need to worry yourself with so much code. There are so many things you get to learn. So if you get a text editor that will help you complete things in much faster way, is best. You have to always learn to program and in much faster and smart way, other than wasting much time. Okay, so that's what I would say for this one. When you see this one, you click enter or tab. Inserted it for us. Now what this means is this should always be the starting point, or it should always be the starting code. You need to always write this even before you begin with the other code that you will write. Okay, very good. What this means is it is telling the browser that the code that we are writing here is HTML version 5. Previously we have so many versions that are passed. You don't need those versions because they are passed and you will not see them anywhere. The latest one that is on is HTML5. So you have to declare this to tell the browser that what we are coming to do here is not any version of the HTML, but the version 5. That's what this means. So you have to try as much as possible to always write this at the beginning of your code. And let me tell you this, HTML is a flexible language. It's not case sensitive. So this is a capital doc, and then you see HTML is small. We can change things around, and instead of capital, you can say doctype HTML and it will work. Okay, it will work. You can also change this one to HTML, it will still work. But the convention for writing this, it should be, the doctype should be capital and then the HTML should be smaller. But it does not mean that when you change it, it will not work. When you change it to small or capital, it will still work. But the convention for writing this is the doctype is capital and then the HTML is smaller. So keep that in mind. Alright, so when we write, when we declare that we are working in the version 5 of the HTML, the next thing is we need to declare the HTML tag. This is HTML. Oh, sorry, everything should be small. HTML. All right, HTML. So let us hit enter to open it. So this HTML opening and closing tags, in case you don't know what a tag is, don't worry, we will dive deeper, you'll get to understand everything. But for now, take it as it is, because we are coming to explain it for you to know it better. So HTML, this is to tell the browser, or let me say, this is where all our code will come. Every code that we are coming to write will be inside the HTML blocks. This is the started tag and this is the ending tag, the opening and then what, the closing. So whatever we are coming to do will be inside here. And for a quick illustration, let me do this. Let me open. Okay, all right, it's not there, so let us move on. You see, when we are writing letter way back in school, we have a format for writing letters, right? So that's the same way that HTML is also like. We have formats for writing anything. So the format for writing HTML is, once you've declared the HTML tags, the next thing that you need to do is to declare a head. Very good. So we have the head here. What this head section contains is, now one thing I want you to understand, that the head is a parent tag, right? Parent element. When it's a parent element, it means it can contain children in between the opening and the closing. So this one is the opening, this one is the closing. Children will come here, right? That's what I mean. And you see that the root element, another the main HTML tag, or the main HTML element, is also a parent element which will contain so many things. For now, it's containing only the head, but other things will also come into it. Okay, very good. So what this head section means is, the head section contains information about the website. This head section is used to give information about the website. It is at this point that we get to explain to the browser what our website is all about. This is very important for SEO, what I made mention in the lectures. There are some configuration that must come here so that your website will be shown in the search engine optimization. Like, it will help the browsers to locate your website early. Okay. So yeah, and one other thing too is, this is where we do linkings of CSS, JavaScript, any external other libraries. But for now, just as I said it, we are not going to go to that section. We are purely on HTML. We will get there, so you will get to know everything. And there's one particular thing that I want to show here. In this section, let us call the title tag. Now, if we say title, what does it mean? Just as you know, title will just give information about the website. It will let the website know that, oh, okay, I'm at the login page. Oh no, I'm at the sign up page. Yes. So title, we will call it my first website. Okay. So with this, let us save it. You come to file, and then you go to save. One thing, look at it. You see the icon? It's like a dot, right? This is telling you that the whole process have not been saved. So come to file and then save. You can hit Ctrl+S shortcut and it will be saved. Okay, so there's it. Let us minimize it, open our folder, and then go to the index file that we've just created. When you go, if you can check here, you see that I don't think mine is readable though, but I think you can see my first website, right? That is the title. So the head section of the HTML provide information about the website, and in this case what we are having, we are showing the title to be my first website. Aside that, let me head to the body. We will come back. We are not done. We will come back, but this is a very small introduction to how HTML look like. So I will ask you to take time and understand everything, so that when we move on, nothing becomes confused for you. And then we have the body aspect. The body aspect contains everything that you see on the website. When you visit any website, the image you see, the buttons you see, the colors you see, everything occurs inside the body element. Okay, so the body element, that's where, let me say, the working space. It contains everything that we work on.